right, guys. Our sharing session will be start in 5 more minutes. So once again, this sharing session is organized by PAUC Bachelor PR student. Right? Stay safe and also stay tuned. All right, guys. A happy Saturday, with you guys. Guys, can see me? Can't, right? Because I'm here. All right. So I'm Kingston, and I'm the MC of the day. Once again, this sharing section is organized by PAUC Bachelor PR student. We are from Group 4A. All right. So as the slide mentioned, that how Instagram be a powerful personal branding tool is our sharing section topic today. And before we start it, guys, can you help me a small thing? Remember, mute your mic, and also because it will not avoid the interruption to other audience. All right. So remember, tap up your pen because our guest will send many golden nuggets to you guys, and it's many informative. All right. Also, next have a little bit thing to you guys. and is snap a photo and prove you are in this sharing section. And also for every site friend, remember screenshot it. Later our guest will send you a surprise to you. All right. Before I start it, can you help me a little bit thing, which is type in the chat box with a welcome to welcome our guests. All right. And for the every site friend, can you help me to share it, like it, and share to all the group? All right. All right. I'm so there's many welcome at the chat box there, and allow me to do a small introduction to my guest. All right. She is an ex-Taschen and of course my senior, a PR student, all right? And she is a content creator, a wellness entrepreneur, and also a social media strategist. And the amazing thing is she inspired over 300 people through Instagram. And the interesting thing and respectful is she start her entrepreneur life with a young age. How to make it? Let's welcome Grace to come to tell you how to make it. All right, Grace.
Thank you so much, Kingston. Hello, everybody. A very, very beautiful Saturday today. How's everybody feeling? Yeah? So today, the session itself is going to be a little bit engaging, okay? So I would definitely need everybody's participation in this particular Google Meet in the chat box itself, okay? Because if you do not talk, right, I would feel like, wow, I'm talking to a lot of screen here, okay? Now, so hi, Mr. Chuan. Hello, everybody. Now, so firstly, I want to say thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very, very happy to be able to be here to actually to share with everybody a little bit about my journey and how I get started through social media, and also how I built a career through personal branding, and at the same time using social media as a tool. Okay. Now, so let's start off. Okay. Now, so a lot of us, right, sometimes we talk about social media and wanting to build a career, right? And then we will have thoughts about, how do I actually earn money from social media? I know I need it, but I'm not sure how. But before we get started, I would like to firstly say, welcome everybody. Welcome on board to this session itself. And I want to introduce myself a little bit first. I know Kingston is really introduced, but I thought it would be good to come in from me as well. So my name is Grace. I used to be a TARS UC student. I'm very, very proud to say I'm a Tarshan. And at the same time, right now, I'm actually a content creator. I'm a wellness entrepreneur. And at the same time, I'm actually a social media strategist, right? But today you probably be wondering, okay, so what's the senior doing over here right now in today's session, right? But I want to share with you guys, I'm here, it's because based on my experience, I've actually accumulated a certain experience, and perhaps from here, I could actually contribute back to everybody here that would also like to do the same thing in building your career through social media as well, okay? Now, so a little bit of my background, or why am I over here, is because back then, after I think, remember, I was actually doing internship, and I was actually in a creative agency, advertising agency, or social media agency. And from there, it actually sparked or even allowed me to see something a little bit more different, apart from just, oh, social media like YouTuber. I know you guys at this batch probably are very, very young, but back then, my batch itself, everybody was talking about Jimmy Boy TV, becoming a YouTuber. Anybody has that dream of becoming a YouTuber? Yes, if that's you, click one in the chat box, yeah? So back then, that used to be like, oh, I want to become a YouTuber. And so that's where it led me into wanting to see, like, okay, what's the world behind? All right. So I actually went to internship to in a social media agency, and that was an eye-opening experience. I wasn't there to staple and click paper, but I was there to really, really be on ground together with them, planning social media strategy, content calendars, and working with influencers and talents and KOL. And now, right now, you can see this is like the main hit in the industry, right? But of course, after that, apart from that itself, what did I do? I also went for hosting, right? And also I work together with some of brands. Probably you would know, like a grain that's located in Bangsa South. So this was some of my credential. I work as a branding manager over there to actually help them to think of their branding, how their social media going to look like, how their website going to look like, and things like that, right? But at the same time, on the side, while I was actually doing all this thing, right, I was actually thinking, okay, what else could I build for myself, right? Because I know social media is something that we can build. Everybody, companies and personnel are using this for social media as a tool to build a business, right? To grow their business. But what about me? What can I do? Right? So that's on me. But I want to take that on a whole first, okay? And then I want to find out a little bit about you guys, especially the audience over here. Okay, I have my phone over here so I can see everybody, okay, in case if I'm slipping through another side. But I want to just find out from everybody to just tell a little bit about you yourself, because I want to know who are my audience today, right? So just quickly time the chat box itself. What is your name? What do you do? A fun fact about yourself, and what do you want to get out of this session itself? Okay, just a quick 2 minutes. I know everybody here is a keyboard warrior. Okay, I want you to actually click into the chat box itself and just to share what do you do now. If you're a student, you can say that you're a student. And also like just a fun fact, let's say you're saying like Kingston, I think he's very funny after talking to him a few times. Yeah, so put in your name, what do you do, a fun fact about yourself, and what do you want to get out of this session itself. Like, why are you here? What are you looking towards? Are you wanting to become an influencer? Or are you wanting to work in a social media agency? Or are you wanting to build your own brand, your own business? Right? Put in the chat box. I want to hear it from you guys. Okay? So while waiting for you guys to actually put in the chat box, which I can read on later on. But I want to share. I want to share a little bit about before we start, right? Just to let everybody know is that every teaching and sharing in this session itself is purely based on my experience, okay? And I believe that through sharing my a little bit of my experience and the skills and some of the marketing things that I know, it may potentially help you to level up, either as a marketer, either as a marketing or PR student, or either as a person that is looking to build an influence or even a career on social media itself. Okay, good, everybody. Right now, so thank you so much, everybody, for participating. I realize I cannot see the chat at all, but never mind. Okay, I'm gonna see it later on. But so here's a little bit about us and what we're gonna do in this 45 minutes, which I've just spent about 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do today itself is I'm gonna go through these few sub points. It's about why now in building a career through social media and the mindset of it, and setting the right intention or the value or the strengths that you have. And third is knowing your audience and your message. And the fourth would be how to kickstart from ground zero with no followers or nothing at all. And last but not least, it's the art of storytelling through creative itself. But today what I'll be sharing is just really a very, very brief one, because I could go hours for this. But if I were to do that, I think you're all going to sleep with me really over Google Meet, and then we're going to eat dinner together, okay? But we're not going to do that. But we're just going to have about 40 minutes-ish so that we can actually go through this together as well, okay? So stay with me. If I talk a little bit too fast, because we only have 45 minutes, okay? Now, so let's start off. Chapter 1. Why now, and the mindset itself on building career through social media, right? But my question to you is, why not now, right? Now, just simply look around in terms of our surrounding itself. What are your friends doing? What are your peers doing? Or what are your parents doing, right? If your parents are aging between 40 plus or 50, I'm sure Mr. Chan also got one, right? So which is everybody is on social media, right? So you guys would probably, look in your screen, or like, I want to ask on the floor, who first thing in the morning will click Insta story and check that one and go and see through the Insta story? If that is you, click 2 in the chat box. Yeah. Now, so if everybody over here, right, it's actually on social media itself, what does it mean? It means it's a place with a lot of market value, because why? Everybody is there. Who's the one that's gonna buy it? You, me, and all the boxes you're gonna see left and right over here, right? These are the people that it's gonna actually make purchases and buy from you. And that is why being in social media is very, very important. However, a lot of people are gonna have this limiting belief, which is, nah, I don't have high amount of followers. I don't have experience in sales. Like, I see sell stuff on social media. Or I don't have experience in marketing world. I'm an introvert. Or I don't know how to run a business. You're gonna have tons of limiting belief, or maybe you know of your friends or anybody that actually has this sort of limiting belief that kept themselves from holding back and not starting out a career or something out of it, right? But the truth is, if I can really, really tell you, I started just like you guys with no huge amount of followers. And my first thing I remember, my amount, I think it's like my intention of using Instagram back then, it wasn't even to build a career. It was just really showcasing my life, documenting my life, and I don't even have a high amount of followers. But how did I start it from that, right? So the answer to everybody here is that if you the level of influence, right, doesn't equal to the amount of number of followers that you have on social media. You can have a lot of crazy amount of followers, but what does it mean? It means you are popular. It means you are famous. What does that mean to you, right? So the goal here is that what you want to do is you want to be able to build a trust, and you want to be able to develop contents that your friends, even like your circle of influence, that can actually get in touch or actually know exactly what you're doing, and just share it genuinely. Okay, so number of followers doesn't, it means your level of influence. A person can be so influential, but maybe the followers amount is not that much, and that's okay. Okay, so that's number one. Yeah. And the next thing is, I want to help everybody to have this mindset, is that if you're here on Instagram or on Facebook or on social media, are you here to stay relevant, or are you here for more? Okay, if you are here to stay relevant, great, then you just keep scrolling lor. Anybody here got this habit? I scroll. Yeah, 3 hours gone already. Yeah, your mother asked you to do a thing you haven't do yet. Okay. So are you here to just stay relevant? Just say like, oh, okay, at least I'm on trend like that. I know what's happening. Or are you here to create for more? And the next question to you is, are you here on Instagram as a consumer or a creator? Because in Chinese, right, there's one saying, 不是你买东西，就是你卖东西了的. You're not selling means you're buying, right? 大概 what do? You just observe and watch. Definitely there are things that you will be actually needing as well. Correct? Yeah. So this is the pre-mindset that I want to like plant into everybody's heart before we actually go into the next one. Okay? Good. So far, so good. Okay. Not talking too fast, right? Now that you're ready to make a change and your mind is open, and now let's get real about talking on the next thing, which is setting your intention and also your value as a person, right? Now, coming on social media itself, right? A lot of people uses social media, but they don't know why are they using social media. It's like, oh, because 大家都在那边咯. Everybody is there, lor. That's why I'm there. Very good. But why? Okay. So some people, like for this, for fame, for popularity, to earn money, to get collaborations, or even to get sponsored. How many of you guys here has this mindset? Don't shy, put in the chat box, quick three itself. How many of you guys actually have this mindset about wanting to actually have this? Well, I see a flood of chats, Very good. Now, I like your opinion, honesty. But to be honest, if you want to build a career, right, it depends on whether you're looking to build a short-term business where you get fame for a while. Have you seen businesses, example, not putting a particular brand on it, but have you seen brands like, not brands, products or services like bubble tea, or like what's it called, the tart, what's that, Hokkaido tart, right? You know, those sort of businesses, it's like bubble. It's like a bubble, right? It's very short term. Why? Because from that it sounds like, oh, everybody is talking about it, suddenly a wave of people are doing it, and after that it just gets slowed down and then you stagnate through, right? That's what I'm trying to say. If your vision is short, if what you see is short, then you will only get that temporary low. But if you're looking to build a long-term business and long-term career, you have to be more than just money. You have to be more than just wanting to get famous. Yeah, because by doing so, by having a lot of collaboration, what does that make you? Oh, 这个 very good lor, a lot of sponsor one. That's it. What does that make you, right? And the truth is, if you want to have a really long-term business to build up over here, you have to know what is your purpose and your mission behind as a person. Or even if you're a brand, you're doing social media marketing, or you are building out brands. Like I know some of you guys like have some small businesses online on Instagram, selling candles, selling food, selling all sort of different things, right? So what is your mission behind? You cannot be say like, oh, because I like this, oh, people say it's good, oh, that I sell, oh, good lah. But that is short, or what is your longer term? What is your longer mission itself? Okay, so the question what you want to ask yourself, be it if you're a brand or a personnel, if you want to build a career through social media, you want to ask yourself, how can I help the society with the strength and offers that I have, right? With your strength and your offer, that's the keyword. How can you help, right? And that aside, apart from knowing what can you help, you will also need to learn values, okay? So I know we're going to a little bit theory and technical, huh? I'm not a very good lecturer, but I will try my best to share with you guys a little bit about marketing, okay? So I want to share to you guys a different perspective about value, okay? So when it comes to value itself, you're going to break down into two parts, company's value and customer value, right? So when it comes to, let's say today you end up in working in a digital agency and you're building a brand for what's that called, like a brand lah. You're building a branding for a brand. And you need to think from their perspective, what are they looking for? You cannot tell them that, oh, I know this one, you want like, you want comment, you want branding. I tell you, that's when you tell that to your customer or when you tell that to your clients, right? Most likely you're gonna get fired. Okay, realistic, huh? Company mostly they will always emphasize on profit, conversion, prolonged customer lifetime value. Meaning to say, today, let's say like example, I buy Colgate. Okay, let's say Colgate. I buy Colgate. So how can Colgate preserve me as a lifetime customers? Maybe they will come up with new products. Maybe they will come up with new flavors, new tastes, new packaging, discounts, promo, whatever it is, right? So something like that. That's what it means by prolonged customer lifetime value. Then also improve performance and productivity, and also lowering all the possible risks, right? So that's from a company perspective. But today, this call itself, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about from customers' value, because we're talking about mostly about, as a personnel, how do you build a brand, and also how do you actually know like what customer value. So I want to ask on the floor over here, can anyone just share what do you think what is customer specific value? Like just give a random example. Say for example, like what makes a customer wanting to buy something? What do you think? Put into the chat box. I can see one over here. Okay. What do you guys think are the things that customers would buy something? Would it because of its look? Is it because of its pricing? Okay. It says they're interesting and can attract them. Great. What else? The things they need. Very good. Now, it is new. Okay, good. Now, so what I can share with you guys is in marketing term and marketing basic is usually break down into these four of it, okay? Which is, I usually buy stuff because it's functional, right? It's for survival one, and I buy it for its function. Secondly, is because cost sacrifice value. Meaning to say, maybe today I see like a certain promotion it's like, wow, cheap oh, can I buy Then the third one would be experiential value, which is today because I want to gain that experience, the luxury experience. That's why I get this. That's why I buy. Maybe last but not least, it could be symbolic or expressive value. This is something to relate to your self-worth. Example, like today, you buy iPhone because of what? Maybe you want to look atas a bit. Okay, example, right? So here are some examples for shoes as well. I just put up samples for shoe. Like functional one, I bought it because it protect my leg lah. Takkan I kaki ayam walk, right? Then second is I bought it because sales cheap. Malaysia Day cheap, I buy. Then the third one would be experiential value. It's because I bought it because it reminds me of a certain feeling. Like I'm wearing Converse right now, and it reminds me of like the old school days, the high school day where I gonna tank up or whatever. Something like that, okay? I'm just exaggerating a lot of examples. And then last but not least is symbolic or expressive. It's because I bought that because I feel very empowered. I want to have this is because I feel very, it increases my self-esteem as a person, okay? So this is usually the reason why a person will actually buy a certain amount of products or certain things. It's because of the value itself, okay? Now, so far, follow me, intention, and also the value itself. Now you know both of this, right? Now you get a better idea. I hope I didn't, Didn't give you guys like a very boring lecturer, but very quick one. This is just a very quick theory part. Okay, so now you know your intention and also your value, right? Then the next thing you want to know is your social accounts, right? How do you actually 经营? How do you actually run or develop your social media account? Then I want to give you guys an imaginary, right? Even though cinema hall right now, very sadly, unfortunately, a lot already is up, but I want to tell everybody here is that today your social media account is like a cinema hall, right? Because if today itself, right, when you don't know or when you're not sure about what you're gonna post, right, then just think about, let's say example, when you enter into a cinema hall, what does that cinema or what does that movie actually give you, makes you feel, right? Usually, right, let's say example, when you watch a story or like a let's say social media Instagram stories up, but you see through the story itself, right, by the end, how does it make you feel? Would you just tap 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 tap, or you will pause and read, or would you like, wow, this person is so consistent, like so inspiring, uh, things like that, right? So your account is like a cinema hall. Every single movie or every single thing you do, right? It's basically it's like as if your life is like a movie. Okay. So the question here is, with the intention and the values that I've shared earlier, what sort of movies are you gonna craft? What sort of things you're gonna craft on your social media today to show to your audience itself? Okay, get me? So now you get a better idea. Everybody here watch movie before, right? Go to cinema before, right? Ah, okay, not too young lah, huh? Okay, okay, good. Now, so the next thing I want to mention is what, but not sure what to post for, huh? How what to post coming back again as a creator or as a person that want to build a branding or a career through social media itself, among these four itself, right, which one matter the most? The answer is the remaining two here. Oh, sorry, the right, the two of it that is on the right side over here, which is experiential value and also symbolic expressive value. Why? Because right, I buy things because of my or because it protects me, right? I don't need a reason for people to convince me to buy one, you know. Like I will buy because it protects me lah. It's like my minimum survival barrier, minimum survival entry, right? So I wouldn't need someone to persuade me. So you don't need to spend time to think about, okay, how do I persuade a person to wear a shoe? You don't need, right? Second is cost sacrifice value. It's people or even Malaysian lah, naturally lah, huh? So we are very attracted to promotion. Or there are certain group of people that are very attracted to promotion. Okay, so that's where whenever you throw out promotion, and then that's when people are going to buy already. So you don't need to really craft a marketing idea. You don't need to think about anything or anything special. You just throw price that people will buy already, right? But what really matters here is two of this. It's the part where you don't want to lower down your price. Example, you wouldn't see iPhone will do discount one very rarely unless it's like a sample phone lah, that then they will actually have like a certain discount. But most of the time, it wouldn't have any discount because what are they selling? They're selling the experience, the luxury experience of using this. And when you use this, you're going to feel atas and empowered. So today itself, if you want to run a career or business through social media and you do not want to be on a price war, this is what you want to focus at. Okay, good. Right. Now, coming to know the intention, the value, and also a little more better idea in terms of what you're going to share, what you can share on your or what sort of categories could you start thinking of, right? The next thing what we're going to talk about is knowing your audience. Okay, knowing your audience and the message itself. This is very important. Okay, now who can you speak to among the people over here? We have Gen Z, we have millennials, we have Gen X, we have baby boomers. Who could you actually speak to, or who can you actually relate the most? For me, I can relate the most to people that is between Gen Z to millennials, right? These are a group of people that I can personally relate to. Because why? Because I am them and I've been through that. So I can speak their language like, hey, bojo, hey, 怎么你这样的, hey, get 到嘛, you know, stuff like that. So this is my language and this is how I could actually speak to them. But if I were to speak to people that are on Gen X or baby boomer, unless they're very in lah, right? But not everybody is like that. Not majority of the audience are like that, right? Then you might need different type of ways to actually approach them to actually talk to them itself. But the thing is, if today you want to run a business or build a career on social media, it's similarly that you have to just choose 1 to 2 audience. If you want to say that, oh, today your product can help everybody, today your service can help everybody, wow, today my campaign, right, can really help everybody, one, then I can tell you that it's not gonna work because I wouldn't resonate with your language. Example, today let's say I sell a cup of smoothie. So this particular smoothie itself, I sell to a mommy and I sell to a young person. How do I sell it? When I sell to a mommy, I would post contents like, uh, uh, mummies, I understand that you have very busy schedule. You put your time above, you put your priorities above every single thing, but not yourself, right? So today, I want to help you through this smoothie itself, right? I want to help you to actually relieve your burden. It's something really nutritious, something very easy, and something you actually just make it within 2 minutes itself. You see, you're gonna have the energy that you need to take care of your kids, gonna have the strength, the productivity and the energy levels for you need that to take care of your to do your chores and things like that. Okay, you see where I'm coming from? That's how I speak to a mommy. And then maybe if I speak to a young person, right? If I speak like that, they'll be like, huh, okay lah, 我现在在颓废着, it's okay. You know, like that. But what if I speak to a young person, then I would need to use a different language. Like, wow, look at this. This is a trend. The way how you take photo with it and the way how you can design with it is so nice. You can make different type of reels, right? You can put this and put that, something like that. I cannot think of it right now. But basically, it's the way how I will speak to this two audience. It's gonna be different. Okay, get it? So that is why it's important to identify your audience itself and where are they. So maybe Gen X and baby boomers are on Facebook. Maybe Instagram is on Gen Z and millennials, and TikToks are like kids and generation. Sorry, I don't think this is a proper word. I forgot to change. But I think if we call it in Mandarin, it's called 草莓族, like the one is like that type. I don't think it's your batch, maybe the next batch of it. It's like everybody's like that, like my brother. Okay, so where your audience are at and what is their tone of language they want to find out. So maybe on Facebook itself, they are more, they are likely to be a little bit more informative. Instagram is a bit more lifestyle, and TikTok is more entertainment. Right, so depending on which platform you're at, that's when you decide how you're gonna 呈现, how you're gonna showcase your what's that called, your contents. Okay, so this is about your audience lah, huh? Okay, now so next thing is we are going to chapter 4, which is how to kickstart from ground zero. So to be honest, a lot of people always ask this. And the scary part, if everybody actually read like a theory or book before, it says that the scariest part of a person wanting to make a change, right, is when they start from 0 to 1. If you go to 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, or 1 to 5, right, it's okay and you know roughly you can go there. But from 0 to 1, that's the most difficult part, right? So how do you kickstart from ground zero? And I can share with you, the answer is you just need both of this. Okay? Maybe you guys are a bit mind blown, huh? Like that only, Exactly. You don't need to think about any fancy stuff that you need. You just need a mobile phone and you just need a platform and Instagram account, right? And start doing it. A lot of people always think that, oh, I need to invest on this camera, I need to do this, I need to do that. But I tell you, no matter how much equipment or editing apps on app stores that you buy, right, it's not going to work unless you start doing it, right? That is why it is as simple as starting having a mobile and an Instagram account. That's as simple. However, if you guys, all of you guys, which I think maybe already have it, the next thing you probably need is all this thing, okay? Which is like a mobile phone, an Instagram account, and at the same time, like a tripod, a ring light, or video editing or photo editing apps. And last but not least, this love over here, it stands for passion. Okay, because I want to reiterate again, a lot of creators or maybe people's out there is that you were actually wanting to grow on social media or grow on Instagram just for the sake of fame. But I can tell you it's not going to last long, and you will constantly feel like it's not enough. And that's like, wow, 不够啊. It's like something missing out. But what if you are doing it out of passion? So when I say passion, a lot of people say passion cannot eat one. Hey, Maria, passion can eat one. Like it really turn into money? Will it bring you cash or bring you values and things like that? And the answer is yes. Just look at the surrounding around. but you just need to have the right skill, right marketing skill, and also being really hardworking in finding where is your place in the society at. Okay, good. Now, the next thing is to showcase everybody really quickly flash through, which is simple video editing apps that everybody can actually try out. Okay, you guys can take a quick screenshot. Today, I'm not going to showcase how to use because it's going to take forever unless you want to eat dinner with me. Okay, so simple video editing apps like Jianying or CapCut, these are beginner friendly. You want to start using any video editing tools, right? These will be easier to use. And InShorts and Meitu. So for the Jianying and CapCut, you can remove logo, watermark without paying. InShot, you need to pay. Meitu, I forgot whether you need to pay. I forgot. Yeah, but I think you don't need to. Okay, so these are some simple video editing apps. Then the next one will be simple photo editing apps like Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects. Anybody else got shout over here? Okay, now I know this is a very stupid joke, but just kidding, okay? So you don't need all this fancy stuff. Like I think I also don't know how to use this already. Yeah, I don't really know how to use that. These are for professionals, for graphic designers, multimedias. You don't need that to actually start doing something, right? So simple as iPhone built-in, Snapseed, Meitu, or even Lightroom. Lightroom will be, if you know how to use Snapseed, likely you will know how to use Lightroom. But if you're not, just iPhone built-in and Meitu, it's really, really good to start with in terms of photo editing app. But of course, there's more into it. Example, you can talk about, like how's the ratio going to be like, how's the setting, how's the color, how's the aesthetic, and stuff like that. That's another chapter or that's another story. But this is just a very brief touch and go. And what you guys can do is study it yourself, right? I started, nobody teaches all this stuff. There's tons of YouTube. So learn it from there, learn it yourself, take some initiative. Yeah. Then the last part is coming to chapter 5. Now let's be 10 minutes with everybody here. Okay. Now, so on chapter 5 over here, it is actually the most important part among all the chapters, right? It's because this is the part we're going to start doing it, which is the art of storytelling through creative itself. So storytelling plays a very, 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 very important role in the social media itself, because it is the reason of how you can actually stand out from social media. Be it you want to build a career, be it you want to sell some stuff on there, or sell services on it, right? But I can tell you is that story is everywhere. And if you just think of, right, today you come home, maybe you sit on this place, maybe like this morning, your mom tell you about a story, your dad told you something, your friend texts you about, I tell you, right? Story is literally everywhere, okay? So today itself, I want you guys to really, really simply just put in chat box itself. Can you tell me a story right now in the chat box? Anything is a story. As long as a human, that's a message, and then it is a story. Can you guys just put it into the chat box itself? Any story can be a story. Put into the chat box. See whether you guys get where I'm going towards or not. No response? No. Okay. Story is anything, okay? Today, Grace said you turn 360. Okay, I was saying Kingston, he totally changed 360 from the day we rehearsed until today itself. I was complimenting him, and great, that is the story itself, right? So every single thing, it is a story. Every single thing you see, every single thing you do, it's story. And just that, the goal over here is, does this story create meaning? Does it has a certain meanings? Example, like what Kingston mentioned, Grace said today I 360 turn. Okay, what does it mean? You need to say maybe his self-confidence actually increases. Maybe the way he speaks becomes so different and it's like suddenly so empowering, right? It creates a certain meaning. And this meaning itself creates value, right? Value, what does that mean? Value, remember the part where we talk about just now, the 4 values as a person would have, like functional and experiential and what's it called? The expressive one, right? Meanings creates value. So of course, it's not what Kingston shared. It's something really, really simple. But what if this particular story itself can tie into a brand, right? Like I cannot think of anything right now, but like a brand story itself. right? That you can create meaning, and that meaning itself include the value into it. And how does it make you feel, right? Yeah. Then when you create something, yeah, make sure we deliver the value. So remember just now the things that we got through, which is what's your value, your intention, and who are your audience, right? You want to know all these things so that you will be able to craft your contents, and you will be able to know what to post on social media and how do you actually think and start with. Yeah, but of course today again, what we're going through is something really brief, but I think it would be a very good start and more like a foundation to help everybody to build up this mindset itself about marketing. Yeah. So so just now when I was sharing how the storytelling plays a role in a process of value creations, right? So this story itself, which is a piece of content and can be portrayed on video, photos, graphics, or even words. So these are the things that you can actually be portrayed on, right? To showcase on. Example, maybe Kingston can post it on story. You don't have to do that. I'm just giving an example. like can post it on social media on story itself, or say that, oh, today I feel really happy because I was being complimented by one of the speaker that my that the way I speak become really really different, right? Something like that, right? So now this is just a little sharing to everybody. This might take some time to put into your mind, but basically, right, when we are creating stories or even when we are actually showcasing videos or writing captions itself, right, these are the four elements that usually we should also include, right? So example, attributes basically means what are the benefits, what are things that this particular product has offered to me. It's very similar to benefit, but basically what it's trying to share over here is that how does this particular product can actually help you as a person. That's one part. Then second part is the psychological consequence of it. When I use the thing already, how do I feel? How can I relate towards it? Right. And last but not least is actually the emotional part, which is how do I actually create a deep personal emotional benefit derived from the experience itself. So these are four levels of emotions or steps that we can actually use to actually create contents. Say for example, if I use the emotional ends part lah, okay. Example, if I were to share about like a brand about scars, sorry, a brand about helping you to actually remove scars. Yeah, I won't mention a particular brand name lah, but like a product that can actually help to remove scar, right? So with this product that can help to remove scar, what sort of ways can I actually brand this particular product itself? If I were to just share as an influencer or as a KOL or as a person that is running a business wanting to share my product itself, let's say example, today you're selling this product that can remove scar lah, or can lighten up scars lah. Either way, when you put about attributes and benefit, right, you will just share about, well, this particular product has one, two, three, four benefit, and it's gonna help you very much. Try this today. This is the lowest level of marketing, right? Yeah. But what if you can go through the psychological and emotional end of it? Say, for example, in the past itself, I have actually gone through a lot of things in my life. And one of the memory that really leave a very deep scar in my heart, it's the point where my um, dog actually passed away, and I just felt really really blah 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 blah. Sorry, I couldn't make it up, but basically it's something like that lah. And then you make up the story. It's not to say make up. You tell your story, your real story, based on maybe our scars that you have left in the past itself. It doesn't have to be like real scar, right? It can be a scar in your heart, and then you can share like what are the how you can resonate with it, and after that you can share. But I realized time will heal, and as time goes by, the scar will slowly actually be faded off. So just like how ABC gel can really help in lightening your scar itself. I'm sure having your scar, um, in parts of the body sometimes might decreases your self-esteem or confidence as a person. But I truly believe that when with time and also by applying this, uh, it will actually slowly go off. Just put once or twice a day, and then that's how you can actually do it every day. Blah 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 blah, something like that lah. Okay. So something like that. So that's how you can actually tell a story. So you want to sell stuff by using a story or a personal experience to resonate with, and then only then that's when your story can really really sell. Yeah, and then only then people will look into it. Wow, I can relate, and then the person will click into the website and maybe to study about the benefit. That's it. Most of the time right now consumers are very smart. You don't need to explain benefits to them. Yeah, they will go and search themselves, like that. Okay. Now, so like what I mentioned, so remember we talk about value. So it's all about experiential value and symbolic value that you want to focus at. You don't need to focus on the other two, just focus on last two itself over here, and tell a story through psychology consequences, through some emotional ends, put really, really real story into your particular things that you're selling. And then that's when you are going to be able to really, really make a transaction, or at least get people to share or talk about it. Yeah, that's your goal over here on social media. It's to have people to actually talk about it. Okay, good. Now, so I think the time we have like just like 2 to 3 minutes left. Yeah, committee. So right now maybe we can actually do some samples, right? I would like to engage with some of you guys on the chat box over here, right? So I want you guys to give me samples of attributes and benefits about a shoe. Okay, let's say example, let's put Adidas lah, huh? Adidas brand, because this one got some stripe. Okay, so let's say about Adidas itself. All right, and if they were to use the element of selling attribute or benefit on social media, what sort of contents would they post? You guys can put it in the chat box. Don't worry, there's no answer. There's no wrong answer. Put it in the chat box so we can all have fun together and engage while I drink water. Sports, ultra, very soft and comfortable. This one confirmed where Adidas one. I can see until like that. What else? You have how many packs here today? Okay, I cannot see. But yes, we have 81 packs here. So 81 packs. Ultra Boost Typo. Okay. What else are the benefits that you can actually share about? So you realize that actually you don't have much to share. Is that a shoe lor? Can wear lor? Look good lor? That's it. Right? Suitable for running shoe. Okay, got one point already, key point. Unless today you're selling this shoe with different category. Example, this is for running, this is for training, this is for something. And then that's where you talk about the benefit. Because people that are looking for training shoes will definitely want to go for training shoes only. Yeah, okay. But how can we level up in terms of the marketing message itself? Yeah, let's give another samples to like just play around here. Psychology consequences plus emotional ends. How can I use a more emotional approach to actually share about or to portray about this Adidas shoe, brand new launch Ultra Boost? How can I share that? Put it into the chat box. Anyone would like to give it a try? There's no wrong answers. Don't worry. Just give it a try. Psychology consequences and emotional ends on selling a shoe. How can you actually sell a shoe using your story to tell what can you relate towards it? Okay, very good. No response. It's okay. Now, don't get scared in answering questions, because if you guys were mostly all students, right, I can tell you guys, in future when you come out to work, if you're not proactive, you can get fired. Okay, just kidding. But I want to share with you guys is that for this one itself, right, psychological consequences, emotional ends, how you can actually share the story, right? It can be, let's say example, a KOL. Maybe this person is already a person that doesn't like workout and hate workout and feel very demotivating to work out. But today, with this Ultra Boost launch, it makes me feel so comfortable and makes me feel so easy to get started when I go work out, right? And Adidas reminded me that I should put my shoe beside my bed so that the first thing when I wake up and I see my shoe, I will put on my shoe and go and run. Something like that, right? It's like a storytelling or emotional storytelling type. Just relate. What makes you, why do people want to buy shoe? Most of the time people want to buy shoe actually it's not because they want to wear. It's because it's trendy, it looks good, it's atas, or it's very pretty, yeah, or it's because it's very functional, something like that, right? Then through this particular storytelling itself, then you can include that as well. So maybe these particular audience are the type of people that don't like to work out one. Then what if the type that likes to work out? Then maybe can showcase or like example a KOL that is very, very good in workout and very good in exercising, right? And then will showcase wow, wearing this shoe makes me feel so powered and makes me feel so strong. I can do any form of workout, it just helps me really to perform better. Perform better is a keyword for fitness enthusiasts, right? Yeah. Then from that, that's where you share story, because it makes you feel strengthened, it makes you feel empowered. So you wanna put in not the exact benefit, but the benefit that you get within after that and how it makes you feel after getting that benefit and link it to your story. That's how you share about that's how you use in marketing messages. Okay? Yeah, good. This one is actually a very, very long topic. It's a chapter by itself. But yes, this is just a rough idea for everybody. Okay? So just a quick one. Tips to everybody is that research show that Malaysian they would like to see on social media is 29% Malaysians say that they would like contents that would inspire them. 49% Malaysians say that they would like contents that would inform them, informative one. 44% of that says that they want educational based one. And 62% as usual they would say that entertain me. That explains why some of the top KOL, top YouTubers like Pei Yong, So I'm Jen, Uncle Roger, they are all in entertainment base, but still include education and inspiration in it, right? Yeah, but most of it is very funny because Malaysians like to watch funny content. Okay, yeah. So today, if you want to build, or maybe if your brand, if your what you're selling or what you are sharing is suitable to be funny, then go ahead. Yeah, this is some statistics for everybody lah. Okay. So to conclude, today we have learned about why now and mindset, setting your intention, knowing your audience and message, how to kickstart from ground zero with just two equipments itself, and last but not least, the art of storytelling. True creative, but it's more of like true marketing ideas and true thinking through, because a lot of people always think that the most important part is the editing part. It's actually not. It's about how you craft that video out, or how you craft that content out, or what's the mindset behind. That's actually the most important thing. Only by having this sort of blueprints, you can put it and apply it in any different brands or products or services that you are offering or your social media agencies is working with. Okay? And that's all. So I want to say congratulations, everybody. You can now start to think about what you can build up based on your strength, based on what you can do, and based on where you're at. Start now. If not now, then when? Okay? So ask yourself, what is your strength? What do you have to offer to the world, right? Don't just do it for the sake of having the fame. And also, what products can I create? If you cannot create on products, who can I rely on? And then what service can I give? What am I good at? Like for me, I think I'm very good in expressing myself. So that's why I express a lot through social media itself. So that's my strength, right? So whatever products or service that I'm actually offering, I will express it through I will actually do it through expressing myself on social media and sharing towards it. Everybody has different sort of strength. So what is your strength? Then you want to find out. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I passed the time a little bit longer, Liao. But if you like today's workshop, please feel free to actually give me an Instagram shout out and tag me on it. Definitely, I would love to actually get to know everybody else. And if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me on Instagram itself. I'll reply while I can. Okay? Thank you so much. I'll pass the remaining time back to Kingston.
Thank you, Grace, for the informative sharing session here. And now we go through to Q&A session. So for those who want to ask a question, drop a message at the chat box there. Then I will help you to ask Grace. All right? So you can drop the message now. All right? Okay. All right. So a question from Mr. Chuan say making money in game popularly versus profit making and sharing money. And also, what is the advice you can share with the student in balancing these two if they venture into as an influencer, YouTuber, and so FB streamer career?
Okay, wait, let me read through the message again. Making money and gaining popularity versus profit making and sharing money. What are the advices you can share to students in balancing these two if they were to venture into social media influencers, YouTube, Facebook streamers, and career? Oh, okay. I think I would say uh, that it depends on what is your intention and where you're coming from. Some people they were really, really just wanting to earn money or make a money out of it, then that's okay because it's this person's intention, right? I can't say anything about it. But what if today itself, right, based on this tool itself, if I can actually give an advice to everybody, is that I think we need to see things in a longer perspective, as in you want to know like what are the reason why you're doing it. Let's say example, if you are okay, like what streaming okay, Facebook streamers or even like YouTuber, or let's say you are gamer lah, huh? So let's say you are very good in playing games and all, right? And then you can actually stream it. So what if you can actually use the strength and then put it into your career, but at the same time you want to hold a balance between um, just getting for doing it for the sake of getting sponsored, and at the same time doing it because you're passionate about it. Yeah, this one will come back down to your core value as a person, I would say, because I don't really have a definite answer on it. I would say my advice is that know what you want and know if you're wanting to build this for a short term or for long term. I hope it answers too. Okay.
All right, thank you, Grace. And there's a second question from Jia Chi Chong. And Instagram is more visual, and many higher follower accounts seem have a nice and exotic design for the overall theme for their account, like single colors, scheme code. And how if you don't have the design and graphic skills to manage your account?
Very good. I think that's a very good question. Thank you, Kingston, and thank you, Jati. I think for this one itself, you only have two options. One, you learn. Second, you outsource. Right? You don't have enough money, you learn. You have enough money, you hire. There's only two. There's only two solutions to you, right? Because you already know that it requires certain aesthetic and things like that. And somehow, yes, it is. You're right. Instagram somehow it is the way how it's being phrased, the way how the nature of the content it is like that. Yeah. So what I can share with you, unless there's only one way that you can actually stand out from this, which is you are having a very interesting personality. Like example, so I'm Jen. If you can see her things are not really aesthetic exactly, right? But at the same time, you can see her personality literally stand out. She's very good in being who she is and and she as a person, I think lah. Yeah. So unless you have that, else if you're selling a product or service, then I would recommend that either you go for outsource or you actually learn it yourself. Yeah, depend on your time urgency lah. If you want fast, then you hire it lor. Mm.
All right, thank you, Grace. And the third question is from Yi Ching Si. So, in your opinion, do you think that COVID-19 pandemic is an opportunity or threat for you on expand your online business branding since more individual user are using social media for many purposes nowadays. However, the competition is large too.
Very good question. For this one, I think this one is also marketing 101 is that knowing whether your offer is on blue ocean strategy, a bit business and marketing term lah. But basically, firstly, you want to know what you have to offer right now, right? Are you confident enough that you think this is the best, not to say the best, but this is something that the market has not have yet. If you're exploring an empty space of market where you do not where this particular market doesn't have what you have to offer. Say, for example, I'm offering coaching service, but how am I different from any personal trainers or coaches is because for me, I focus on the meal plans and together with workouts, and also I give free workout sessions for some of them, right? And at the same time, I would connect with them as a person, not just within their meals or not just within they are training online on workout, right? That is my empty space because I explore at a space where people because this one requires more time. And if I have the time, I'm willing to put it into it. So that's why that's number one lah. Okay, if you're talking about opportunity or threat. But so the thing over here is that you want to know, if you want to run a business, you want to make sure that you run a business that doesn't have competitors. What I mean by doesn't have competitors, it means that what you offer is something so unique in the market that it doesn't have anyone to actually compete with, right? Or you can go into a different segment, like example matcha, right? Matcha, you have Ocha Matcha, you have Neko Neko, but both brand goes in different ways. Neko Neko focus on being Instagrammable, making all those really nice Instagrammable contents, but Ocha Matcha focuses on detox program, using matcha stir food program, right? To actually use matcha to actually use create some food, and from there you do a detox program. So both are matcha, but they are going through a different direction, which also means there's no competition because they are not going against each other. Yeah, I hope it helps you to understand a little bit. And of course, through online business itself over here, is that uh, I would say that it's an opportunity. It just depends on how you see things lah. Because now everybody is online. You know, if you see like people, oh yeah, suddenly I buy extra stuff. Suddenly, I use the card too much. You know, people has been buying. It's like a habit to buy stuff because they're too bored. Yeah. So that's my takeaway. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Grace. And this question from Zhong Wei Qi. So, hi, Grace. Did you face any challenge or problem when you are still new in developing your personal branding on Instagram, and how you overcome all the challenges?
Very good question. Now I ask you, what you do don't have challenge in life one leh. Whatever in life also got challenge, right? Confirm got challenge lah. But then the exact thing of what you're referring to is what sort of challenge? Are you referring to challenge in terms of mindset? Are you referring to challenge to technical things? Are you referring to challenge to marketing? Are you referring to challenge of not able to have sales and people coming in to ask you about it? So I'm not sure which challenge or area, but you're referring to in terms of personal branding, because it can be break into different areas as well. But what I can share to you as an overall is that whenever you have challenge, just think from perspective is that don't think about like why this thing happened to me. Think about, okay, great, so I have one more challenge now, how can I solve this? So when you are carrying this sort of mindset, I can't tell you what sort of challenge I have and how do I solve them, but I can tell you the mindset that I'm having on wanting to solve them is that I wouldn't expect things would not have challenge, because 没有一丝顺利的. There will always have challenge, and only with challenge you will learn and you will grow, right? You won't learn when you are having everything smooth. Yeah. So my mindset of overcoming all this is that knowing that, great, so I have this challenge. How do I overcome it? What's my next move? So take it lor. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so thank you, Grace. And for the Anderson, now we have a limited time. So if you have any question, you can try to DM Grace at her Instagram. She will answer you when she's free. All right. Now we're moving on to a next section, which is photo section. So we have a two posture here, and we will first posture will be the serious face, like taking the IC photo, and the second posture we will like do the neck pan, T pan, or your mouth pan, right? So guys, kindly to open your mind, and we have our team will take photo it, all right? Then we'll post it at Instagram soon. So guys, come, let's go for the first posture. So be a serious face, or you can smile it, all right? All right. We're counting from 1, 2, 3. We'll take a photo, right? So 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right, and get ready your second posture with a neck pain and the neck pain or piecing like that. All right, freestyle. Come. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right, thank you, everybody. Now, don't try it first. Don't click the red button first, guys. We have an evaluation part. All right, so you can scan it at the scan it this QR code to fill up, and for the shortcut key at the chat box there, they have a link and you can click it to fill it up. And remember, follow our PR and New Media 2021, our Facebook and Instagram. All right, so this sharing session is our last group. We are the last group of this program. So it's a wrap, guys. This is our last group already, and thank you for joining us. But before you chop it, remember, just now at early I mentioned that they have a one surprise from Grace. They have some term and condition. They have 3 steps to do it. First, remember to take a photo and post it as a story. Then type it. What are you learned today? All right. What are you learned today? And the third one is take Grace Lim and also PR and new media and post it, and you can redeem a free community workout from Grace. So once again, thank you, Grace, and also all of you attend our sharing session today. Thank you, Grace, and also thank you, Ta UC, to give us this opportunity to do this sharing session. All right, thank you, and bye, guys. Adios.
Bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Kingston. You've been an amazing host.